All right, y'all. This is our take. This is Mark, the moderator.
Banks.com, the game is the game always.
Leaf is only family. Full of shit.
Maybe the asterisk.
All right, y'all. All right. So okay. So off of this finals, there's been conversations which Giannis started, and I think we can have a conversation about it. There's a lot of props being given to Giannis for the fact that he didn't leave the Bucks. He re-signed for the Supermax and got them and got them their chip. He is standing on the fact that he didn't leave. And he kind of took a shot at super teams. And now people are starting to weigh, is super teams the way to go, or doing it the quote unquote Giannis way? Is that the way to go? Where do you fall at with this?
It was funny listening to him speak, right? And then it goes back to our last segment. If teams aren't hurt, do the Bucks stand where they at? You can speak all of this now because y'all did win the chip. But the same super teams you're taking shots at, you didn't beat them with them being super. You feel what I'm saying? You beat them as, I'm not gonna say regular squads, but an equal team. You didn't beat them being the super teams that you're taking a shot at. Listen, the Bucks did a great job putting good players around him. Chris Middleton finally showed up. I like the pieces that they did, but unless teams can continuously do this, I'm gonna go with what Mark says. You gotta, if you really want to win, you gonna have to go and squad up with your boys, because there's no real parity. There was never parity in the NBA if you really think about it. Teams just drafted better back then. The Lakers won how much chips, right? We could say the Lakers back in the days were a super team. We could say the Celtics was a super team. Shit, we could say, I'm not going to say the Spurs. Spurs are just a damn good organization put together. But I just think the super team is still going to be the way to go, because that's going to be the trend. Unless organization, and you know what? For players taking shots at other players for teaming up, to me, it's corny. Here's why. Because it's not up to the players. It's not up to a player to get other pieces around him to help the team be better. The organization has to want it. And I give the Bucks props for that. It's up to the organization to make sure this player is happy. Mark been preaching it. If the organization ain't doing to make me win, I got to get up out of here and make a better situation for myself.
Anthony Davis. Anybody else?
That's what you got to do. The players get blamed for something that's being lacked by organization.
So I don't know. I didn't see the interview or hear it in its context, so I don't know if he was trying to take a shot.
Nah, he took shots, bro. He took shots. I did it.
I don't know.
I did it the right way.
Right.
I didn't join the super team. Yeah,
right. No. He took shots. He did.
I mean, in all fairness, if I'm being fair, look. You need three guys to win. Let's call it what it is. You need at least 2.5 very good players on the team to be competitive. You need that, right? So when you start talking about how guys team up, listen, Drew Holiday was a damn good player, but we consider him of the elite. We consider the Hardens and the Irvins and the KDs. No. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, there's only a few elite players in the league. I wish people I think we over kind of do that. So there's only a few elite players in the league. I don't think every player that we talk about is elite. And that doesn't mean because you team them with somebody else that means that that's gonna, turn into a chip. So I think we got to be careful with that. I don't know if he was taking shots. Yeah, that's kind of corny. But the parity, going back to what you're saying, Lee, is the injuries. So we can argue, Giannis, you may not be there had it not been for the injuries. We can argue that all day. So I do agree with, and this is why, like I said in the last segment, I was on the fence. Injuries play a part. That's the parity. Had the Nets been at full strength, we having a different conversation probably. Had the Lakers been at full strength, we having a different conversation. But it just didn't work out that way. But at the end of the trip, I want my team to have the best players. Let's call it what it is, because that's where you have a shot. Because why? We always talk about this maybe 4 elite teams in the league that you say, all right, they're gonna win a chip. This year being the exception, you got to be able to compete with those 4 teams. So, yo, shout to Dame Lillard.
Banks?
Me personally, I don't necessarily think it was a shot at super teams. I think what ended up happening was it was a shot at Harden that ended up hitting everybody. Because if you remember, him and Harden had that beef in the past where Harden, he said something about Harden, and Harden said, I wish I could be 7 feet tall and have no skill, just dunking and just run and dunk. So I think it was a shot at Harden, but it just happened to cover everybody in the league. I'm not mad at his stance though too, because those guys been there for 8 years. They were talking about him and Chris Middleton hating each other because they were fighting for minutes on the team, and to come from that to make it that far, I think it's remarkable. But to answer your question, no, this is like an exception year. I actually think the Bucks, when you get some confidence, I think you actually, it makes a difference. But if I had to bet money, I still would say super teams is definitely going to be the way to go. I think this is an anomaly. I don't think this is going to be something that's, people are going to be like, yo, and nobody's willing to wait 8 years to see the fruits of their labor and kind of get it in a year where you have, some fluky things happen. Guys are still going to want to go play with their friends and form super teams and try to maximize their way to winning a chip. So I don't think this is I definitely don't think this is the way to go going forward, where you're trying to build, if you're talking about multiple championships, it's definitely not the way to go.
I think it's very interesting because I am one that is a proponent of pushing super teams. I think super teams makes the league better rather than having it, because I think the struggle is longer. The Bucks, and I think Banks, you hit it on the head. This is not going to be the norm. Everything fell right for the Bucks this year. That's really what it comes down, and it goes back to the conversation we had just a little while ago. For the Suns as well. If things don't fall a certain way, we this whole conversation is different. So with that being said, if I'm a player, I'm not looking at what the Bucks did and saying, oh, that's the standard to follow now because Giannis got a chip. I think really I want to team up with a team that hopefully we can stay healthy. And if, we stay healthy, we got a better chance. Now, Avery, as you said, I'm not saying that it guarantees you a chip, but it guarantees you a better chance of getting a chip. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, if we got a deep 5, if we got the best 5 in the league, because here's the interesting part when I say this. We just watched the USA team lose to France, and people's bugging out like, hold on, wait a minute, y'all got all this talent and y'all lost? That's not supposed to happen. So when you put that talent on a team and put them in the league, what you think? Yo, y'all ain't supposed to lose. Y'all have the best chance at winning. So you go with that.
I think we got to change this, man. And that's what I was trying to get to, when I was, I'm saying in the beginning that, yo, man, we put so much on these players. Like I said, they not the GMs. They not going out there signing other players to make sure this, I'm giving you the best talent. Mark, how much times we sat around and we watched squads waste a dude's talent, bro?
Leaf. I'm going to agree with you there. The only point is I think the tide has turned, because if you look at the last 3 years, you look what Harden did, you look what Anthony Davis did, you look what LeBron did. The players have more control than they ever have to where they want to go.
Hold on. George. Hold on. The players have up till year 7. If I'm here for 7 years and I see you really not trying to help me, why am I being loyal to you? No, without a doubt.
But what I'm saying is but it's not the GMs anymore. Really, it's more that the players are going to try and get to go where they want to go. Harden did some shit.
The point I'm trying to make is that these dudes wouldn't have to do this if these squads were really trying to build teams around them.
Right.
I think.
That's-
All right. So
I think
I'm gonna
great.
use.
I think that's a great point though, but then I think that shortens the clock for GM. You realize you got 7 years to get your shit together and try to put a championship squad on the floor.
Because
I'll use a prime example.
Donovan Mitchell.
Real quick. Yeah, Donovan. Look at the Bucks. Look at what the Bucks really did. All right, yo, Greek, you read up. All right, let's go get you Drew. Right?
Hold up. But Giannis said he contacted Bobby Portis. He made that phone call.
I was just about to bring that point up, but that's what I'm saying. And then he went to the GM and said, "This is who I want." And the GM said, "All right, let's do this." That is helping your player. This is my guy. Yep. I'm going to do everything to make you happy. Let's look at Zion already. Zion already is not happy. And he's really going to be stuck there for 5 more years.
But
well,
see,
maybe not 5, because we see how things go, right? But he's going to be stuck there for a few more years unless something crazy happens. So, we are so... Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm saying is you're seeing the efforts to make players more happier while they're there, right? Because what was Van Gundy there for 1 year? And they're like, look, it's not working with this dude. They just made a trade. Now, granted, it's not a major trade for anybody.
No, it's a major trade for both teams. I mean, that's a major trade. That's a major trade for the Pelicans.
Superstar or something like that is what I'm saying.
Right.
But they are making efforts earlier in these years. This is year 2 that Zion just completed, and they're making more of an effort to appease him. Obviously, he wasn't happy with Stan Van Gundy, or most of those players weren't happy with Stan Van Gundy, and they got rid of him after 1 year. I think Leaf made a great point. You got a 7-year window. You got to get your shit together. You got to figure out, you got to identify. We got a superstar player here. We got to do what we got to do to try to bring a championship to this team, or make him want to stay here at least.
But let me ask a question: do a GM really have 7 years in the state of basketball the way it is right now? Do you really have a window of 7 years with a player?
Nah.
I don't think so.
Hell no.
I don't think so.
I think it's changing.
Listen, the Dames, the Bradley Beals, these dudes are dudes that are sticking in bad situations for whatever reason. But if those are the dudes that need to wake up, to me, and get on a better team and actually ring chase, I wouldn't have a problem.
Me either. Absolutely not.
I think if a player believes in his organization and his organization is basically telling him what he wants to hear, they could probably keep him there for 7 years. But there's players like Dame where we see like, bro,
I don't know, Lee.
I don't think so. Because I was gonna use Devin Booker as my example.
Yeah, but Book is in year 5, isn't he?
Yeah.
He got to the finals. That's the key too, and he got to the finals. So that's going to buy you a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let's look at what they did though. You feel
what
I'm saying? Like,
good everywhere though too. I think that makes a difference though too.
What's that?
Well, I'm saying this is not the 80s, even though free agency wasn't big in the 80s, where it's like, yes, a team can pay you more if you stay there. But if Giannis left the Bucks, he wasn't going broke. He wasn't going to get $240 because of the Supermax, how long he's been in the Bucks. But he wasn't going to get chump change going someplace else. So the money's good everywhere, though. That's what I'm saying. I think that makes a difference now.
Well, see, Banks, let me say it to you, which is interesting because, yeah, I know. It just came across. No, but he's not coming to Texas, so don't even worry about it.
I know that, but I'm just shocked.
Oh, but here's the thing, Banks, to that point, what you're saying is this. Giannis was in a situation that he was able to get the Supermax versus a max deal. Okay? Right. And if you look at when it happened for him, in the next 3 years, he can actually get a second Supermax after this. So, and he can only get that from the Bucks. He can't go somewhere else and then get that. So that's why I said his situation, all these guys is in certain situations. So you got to look at what now that he got a chip, he can ride out there and really get more and more money. But I think that certain players put themselves in certain, because what Dame did, Dame is not a free agent until the next four seasons from now. And that's crazy when you think about it. So he has to force his way out. If, certain guys got to force their way out because of their contract situation. that's why I said if you want to stay there, it's crazy to me because I'm not staying in Portland, man. For what?
I wouldn't stay in Portland.
I'm not staying in Portland. They don't have a chance. They ain't the Bucks. And mind you, like I said, everything went right for the Bucks this year. That you can't use the Bucks as a blueprint. You can't, because if you look at the past 7 champions, they're not the Bucks.
I don't know. I do not think that guys are, just because of the way free agency is, the CBA is, it's more of a fluid, and I hate to use the word flexible type of deal now with players. They get to command where they want to go, how they want to go. They can force their way out. So I feel like, guys, I don't think 7 years guys want to lose for 7 years. Now, if you get to the playoffs a few times, Donovan Mitchell going to get tired at some point. You got Devin Booker. He touched the finals. If he doesn't get to the playoffs, let's just say in the next 2 years, he gonna be grumbling, right? So it's guys want to win. You know what I mean? So most guys want to win. That's why, Mark, you always go back to, when guys are sitting in a situation and they're a good player and they're not winning, do they really want to win? Shout to Dame, man. You could play with a good big man. Good coach. I think that's what he needs.
Shut up, man.
Stupid.
Shut up, man. I knew he was angling. Money, he does this all the time, man. He always got to come with that sixer angle and do this. Y'all, on that note, man, we out, man. This is our take, man. I hate it.